guys and welcome to Azul Coding. In this video I'll show you how to create a chart in WPF. This is part 1. In part 2 I'll show you how to customize that chart and export it as an image. As always, there'll be a link to all the code in the description down below. I'll be writing this in C#, but there's a VB.NET translation available if you follow the link and scroll down. I've gone ahead and created some of the UI controls that we're going to be using. I'll talk you through those in just a minute, but first we need to add a few references to the project. To do this, click on Project in Visual Studio and then Add Reference. If we search for Windows, the first reference is Windows Forms Integration. Make sure that's ticked. And the last two are system.windows.forms and system.windows.forms.datavisualization. Make sure those are ticked as well, and then click OK. Next we need to add in a data visualization reference in the XAML, and also in the code like so. Let's begin by setting up the chart control. Because there isn't a native chart controller in WPF, we're going to be using the one from Windows Forms. To do that, we need to add in a Windows Forms host to essentially host that chart control. And we'll also add in a chart series. And also a chart area to get us started. If I scroll down, you can see I've also added in some basic UI elements, such as some radio buttons to change the chart type, and a text box to enter the chart data. You don't need to have this, you could always add in the chart data in the code behind, so it's entirely up to you how you design your application. So let's continue by setting up the default chart data in the code. To add a data point, we first select the data series. In this video we'll only focus on one data series. Then we'll add the data point with its Y value, 3 in this case. And finally we can add on the access label for this data point. Let's run the application with what we got so far and see how it looks. So as you can see, the data point has been added with the access label as well. Before we allow the user to modify the chart data, let's see how we can change the chart type. Looking back at these radio buttons, we want to give the user the option of changing the chart from a column chart to a bar chart, pie chart, or line chart. We currently have a column chart by default. The difference with a bar chart in terms of this Windows Forms control is that the bars go across rather than upwards. First you need an event handler so that when the user clicks on these radio buttons, the chart will change. Clicking on this event button up in the top right, and then adding in a click event handler like so, calling it chart type click. As you can see, that's added in the event handler. We also need to make sure that the other radio buttons can access the handler too. So going back to the designer, and then copying this click attribute across the others. Now we can go back to the code and add a switch statement that checks which button the user pressed and which chart type to use, making sure to cast the sender object to a radio button so that we can get its name. Then to change the chart type, it's just one line of code each time. As I add the chart type, you can see there's loads more options to choose from, such as an area chart, radar chart, and so on. Now that's done, let's run the application again and see how each of the charts look. As you can see, clicking each radio button changes the chart type, and you can't see the line graph at the moment because there's only one data point. Let's finish by allowing the user to edit the chart data. We'll start by adding a click event handler on the update button, as we did for the radio buttons. So for the purposes of this demo, the user will need to add the data points on each line, separating the label from the value with a comma. I'll make a comment here with an example. So as you can see, on each line is a label and the corresponding data value. To start, let's write a for loop that will split the string on each new line, taking into account the different ways of representing a new line like so. Now inside this for loop, we'll only focus on one data point, such as this one. Let's split the string again on the comma to get the label and value. Making sure to convert that value into a double like so. And then, just as before, we'll add that data point to the chart. But we also need to clear any existing points, like so. Let's run the application and see how it works. So let's add another data point here on the new line, and click on Update. And now let's add another. Let's see what each chart looks like as well. Now the default line thickness for this line chart is quite thin and difficult to see, so let's change that in the code. All we need to do is add in this line of code into the initialization function, and that will only apply to line charts, so it won't affect any of the other chart types. Let's see how that looks. And there we are. If you're looking for an example app with a chart functionality like this, and countless other features, I've created a suite of WPF desktop apps that are all open source. Check out the link in the description to find out more. All of the code to part 1 is available on my website, and be sure to head to the channel to see part 2. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more content still to come. Why not check out these videos on the channel as well? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.